Welcome to Creative Brews. I'm Kristen, and this is your weekly dose of creativity, where photography, design, and life come together. So, grab your favorite drink, and let's talk about what's brewing. Hello! Welcome back to another episode. Yay! So in today's episode, I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right on in because I don't have too long that I can film today because I'm trying to do a whole bunch of other things. So in today's episode, we are gonna talk about how if you build it, they will come mindset isn't really a great mindset when you actually think about it in the literal form. That's the key word here is if you literally think about it, the if you build it, they will come mindset is not such a great mindset to have. So, yes. Cheers. I have coffee and it's almost 11 in the morning. And this is like my third time trying to film this, so we'll see how it goes. And again, I know I say this every video, but we'll see how long it goes. I have my son right here in his little bouncy seat, so yes. He was asleep, and I was going to try to hurry up and get everything set up to film and do, all this stuff. And then he woke up, didn't you? Yes. He is the most sweetest, precious little baby in the whole universe. And yes, I mean that. I feel like every mom out there will be like, oh my gosh, yes, my child too, sort of thing. So, yes, cheers. Good morning and welcome. I've got a lot of energy going because I'm trying to hurry and, do things, but here we go. So, we're going to go ahead and get started. I have some things written down on my phone just because my iPad is dead, so it's charging. Yes. So, I'm going to go ahead and go through the pros. We'll go through the good news first situation, and then we'll do the cons, and then we'll do a better mindset question mark, like how you maybe should take it instead of taking it literally. And I get it. A lot of people watching or listening are probably going to say, well, it's not meant to be taken literally. It's just a motivational quote to kind of like kick you in the pants to get you going and get the creative juices flowing and the motivation going. I get that. I understand that, but I heard this quote, I think a few days ago, and at the moment I'm building my website, so it's taking time, and I'm taking time on it because I want to try and do it right, obviously, try to put my best foot forward, and try to actually, when I publish it, be like, you know what? I'm pretty happy with that. Obviously, in the background, while the website is published, I'm probably going to be changing stuff just because that's how I am. With all my websites I ever had, which I think I only had two, I was all the time like working on them, and changing them, and that's my downfall is that as a designer, I'm never truly finished. Bless you, baby. With a I'm never truly finished with a project or with whatever I'm working on. 9 times out of 10, I'm like, fine, I've got to, release this or I've got to give it to the customer because, they're not going to wait forever to get their photos or their logo or whatever the case is, whatever I'm working on. So, yes, let's go through the pros. I have one, two, three, four bullet points written down, which is encourages action, fosters creativity and passion. Like I said, get the creative juices flowing. And it can work for certain products, but I mean, and it does build confidence. So we'll start with the encourages action. Like I said, it does push you to start. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and start on this. Let's get this going. Like I said, it's a motivational quote, and it's meant to be taken like, okay, yes, let's get going, like immediate action. And because if you didn't read it and you don't feel like okay, well, let's get going, then you're probably going to sit there and overthink and never start anyway, right? So, the creative juices flowing is next, so you can focus on creating something great without getting distracted by either external factors or overthinking or talking yourself out of it. So I mean that's pretty good when you think about it, right? The motivation. So and then it does build confidence, so it helps maintain a strong belief in your vision. So in your vision and in your beliefs. And it does, like I said, build confidence to get you started and have that kick in the pants per se. I feel like I'm trying not to repeat what I'm saying a lot, but I feel like in this video I'm probably going to be like sort of repeating, like sort of like circling back and saying things that are basically the same thing but in a different way. Okay, so let's get to the cons. So, I've got 4 cons. So I'm trying to do 4 of each thing. So it ignores. I have down that it ignores marketing and the distribution. Overlooks customer needs. Can lead to wasted effort, which I kind of feel like whenever you get so enthralled with getting started and, oh, I got to do this, and this, you kind of think about everything that you have to do all at once. And then for some people, it kind of hinders them from even starting in the first place. And then it's not realistic in competitive markets. So I would say like the saying, if you build it, they will come. I'll put it like this. So I think that it's a flawed mindset to be in because number one, it causes sporadic energy. It makes you feel kind of like you have to do all these things all at once. And in some ways, it can hinder you from even starting. So, I think it's a flawed mindset to be in. Now, obviously, like I said in the beginning, if you're just using it or if it gets you motivated and your creative juices flowing and you're like, man, this is what I need, then that's great. But you can't just build something and expect people to show up out of nowhere. You know what I mean? So you have to build it. And then you have to nurture and you have to promote and you have to advertise in order for people to come, in order for people to even hear about it. So the mindset, if you build it, they will come, is flawed in that sense. And yeah, while I do think it builds confidence and it does give you that jolt of energy to, be hopeful and get things started, it's not good for the long run. So you can't just build something and people show up. I wish. But, like, okay, like I said, I'm building my website and it's almost done, but there's still a few things that I'm like, okay, no, I need to redo that. And, let's make sure this works and that works before I publish it. But I don't expect to publish my website and then just be like, oh, okay, I'm done. I'll just wait now and wait for people to come. No, that's not it at all. Like, that's not a good, like, so that's what I mean. Like, if you think about it, if you take the literal sense of if you build it, they will come to mind and actually think about it, it's not really a great mindset to be in. And this comes from, like I said, I think a few days ago, I heard this saying, or, that saying, and I had heard it before. This isn't my first time hearing it. But before, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's cool. It's a motivational thing and inspirational. It gets all the, you know, it gets you going to get started and all that. But then the other day, I actually thought about it and I wrote it down in my phone on my notepad. So basically, what I've been doing in my notepad is I have like an ongoing thing that if I hear something and it sparks something inside of me to want to talk about it on a podcast episode, then I'll hurry up and jot it down and then jot down like something that would trigger my memory in the future. Because obviously, when you hear stuff, you can't just, oh, well, let me go ahead and, do that. Not all the time. So, yeah. So I heard this saying, and I'm like, oh, I should talk about that. I think it'd be interesting. Like, I don't know. And maybe it's not for some people, but I think it is for the majority. Because everybody, I feel like in this day and age, everybody is all about, mental health, inspirational, and, motivational, inspirational. They're all about, like creating a safe space for people to talk about things and stuff like that, which is great. I mean, I'm not knocking any of those things, but I feel like it's a popular subject to kind of talk about. And I might try to talk about some other mindsets as well. Maybe, later down the road or sprinkled in. And yeah, I think that would be pretty interesting to talk about, actually. So we're going to go ahead and pretty much wrap this up. I think that's everything that I wanted to talk about. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. I mean, I don't know. I hope whenever I stop filming that I'm not like, oh man, I wish I would have said this or that. That's always a fear of mine, to be like, oh man, what if I forgot to talk about something or touch on something or whatever. But anyways, yeah, that's a fear of mine, to like stop filming and recording and be like, oh man, I forgot to talk about this. But anyways, yeah, I have a lot of energy just because I'm trying to hurry up and like film this, and then after this I have a bunch of errands I got to do. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up with better mindset question mark. And I I just knocked my mic. I feel like almost not every episode, but a few episodes I'll like smack it, and then it creates a terrible noise for the people listening. Okay, so better mindset question mark. If you build something valuable, market it well, and get it in front of the right people, they will come. I think that kind of basically ropes into what I was saying a little bit ago, which is, yeah, if you build something valuable, relatable, what other words can I use? Informational, stuff like that, of course. And if you do market it well and promote it well and get it in front of, certain people, the right people, quote unquote, but certain people that find that interesting, then yes, it will take off. People will start showing up. They'll start coming and all of that. Kind of like my YouTube. So, I built it and it's been built for a long time. And I've, here and there, like, especially now, being more consistent and stuff like that, I'm building it. And so I do see people coming. And what's more important is that now I see a reoccurring of the same people showing up and listening or watching or whatever, which is pretty awesome, actually. So I think that's really cool to see the growth. And, after being consistent, it's only been, a month or something like that. So, I'm not saying that, oh my God, my videos have taken off and all this stuff. I'm famous. No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, to me, it's more important to have a quality product that I put out there, whether that be in video form or audio or, design or photography, whatever it is, whatever form of the media. I would rather put out a quality product than just throw something out there and, or just throw a bunch of stuff out there and see what sticks. Usually, if you build something that you're passionate about and that you truly are having fun doing, people can see that and people can feel that, and they notice. So then you'll have people that will stick around. Maybe they don't come and watch every video. I don't expect people to do that. That's kind of crazy and another flawed mindset. So, I sort of expect people to come and go, maybe hopefully get some new viewers and stuff like that. But I don't know, we'll see. So I'm building it and promoting it and trying to build a valuable product so that way, people get something from it, whether it's just, well, I put on your podcast and while cooking or while doing laundry, so that way you don't feel less alone, or that way it's not so quiet. I really like and have been enjoying doing the podcast because I've also been listening to other people's podcasts too. I have my best friend has a really great, she does 2 podcasts actually. And I've really been enjoying listening to her podcast, but I've also found some other people who do podcasts and stuff like that. I've really been into, I guess you could say, like mindset, manifestation, the true manifesting or manifestations. Just kind of like the, let's say, or I guess you would say like build yourself up, content more than anything. I've always been into that anyway. Like I've always been into, manifesting before I started calling it that. I don't really know what I would call it before actually, but yeah, so I hope you all enjoyed this. If it seems sporadic or anything like that, I'm sorry. Or maybe you get some energy from watching or listening. That would be cool, right? So, yeah, again, I am enjoying wherever this is going, or not going. I'm still gonna do it anyway, regardless. So, yes, I will see you all in the next episode. And, leave some stuff below of what you think if you build it, they will come means to you. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I'd like to hear what everybody else, thinks or says or believes or all of that. So, yeah, I will see you all in the next one. Bye.